Yeah, I got to give Coach Clonch and his team a ton of credit, man. Thought they were by far the more physical team in the first half. They played with more togetherness, more aggression. Coaching staff did a great job. I mean, we were out-coached, outplayed, out everythinged in the first half. Felt like our solution to that was kind of uncharacteristically started taking some pretty quick, poor shots, and ultimately dug ourselves too big of a hole. Kind of been playing with fire, honestly, and finally got burnt. I think outside of the Rice game at home, we've had a double-digit deficit or very close to a double-digit deficit, and you fight, crack, scratch and claw to get back in it. Give yourself a chance to win, but consistently, if you're not playing, good basketball consistently enough, you're not always going to be able to kind of flip that switch and come back. But like I said, I think you got to give them tons of credit. They kind of beat us at our own game, man. They were more physical than us. We didn't get to the foul line. They beat us to loose balls. They took balls out of our hands. We didn't execute great, and that's why we're sitting here with the loss and they won.
And what happened at the beginning of the game where you guys started so slowly there and went like 8 minutes without scoring?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had some good looks initially in that first stretch. I thought, we had like 3 really good looks on one possession. Terrell had a couple wide open looks. Massey had a good look at the top of the key. Ball didn't go in. And then I think after that, I just felt like their physicality and our inability to make simple plays when we got into the paint. We turned the ball over. We didn't shot fake when we should have. We got our shots blocked. We got the balls knocked out of our hands a ton. And again, just their physicality and their toughness exceeded ours. They were more determined. They wanted to win more than we did in that time period. And that was what happened.
What was your message at halftime, and that kind of allowed y'all to kind of make it close there in the second half?
Just that they were bullying us in our own gym. They were way more physical than us. It wasn't really, we talked about needing to play with a little more pace and trying to get the ball off the floor a little bit more against their soft press and execute a little bit better, but a lot of it was just the physicality or lack thereof that we were playing with.
And, what was your game plan going into this one after having a previous meeting with them not too long ago?
Well, they're statistically, they're pretty simple with what they do. Again, they don't turn the ball over. They're one of the best teams in the country at not turning the ball over. They turn you over. They make threes. And when they get fouled, they make their free throws. And so we knew ball security was going to be a big one. We talked about it. At their place, we only turned the ball over 4 times in the first half. They scored 6 points off our turnovers. That's why the score was what it was. In the second half of the game at their place, we turned it over 12 times. They scored 20 points off our turnovers. That's why they outscored us in the second half of the game at their place. So we were aware of it. We just didn't execute it. And again, I think you got to give them credit with their physicality. I mean, they literally took the ball out of our hands multiple times early in that game.
It seemed like that really kind of brought you back in the second half. That he was kind of
game finally opened up a little bit for them. We were able to get some stops. We were able to play with a little more pace. He was able to get to some spots. But he just had a hard time. We all did. I mean, they were very they were the aggressors, man. This game rewards toughness, rewards and they were by far the more aggressive, determined team in the first half.
Yeah, the play at the end there, did you like the look that you got? I mean, Primo misses the front of the one-on-one, you rushed it back up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got the rebound, 8 seconds, busted floor. In my opinion, that's a pretty difficult situation to defend. They actually kind of put 2 on the ball, and Jasper dribbled around both of them and really turned it into a kind of a 4-on-3, 5-on-3, and you just got to make the play at the end of the game. 15 did a good job at the rim, kind of cat and moused them, and Jasper tried to throw the lob to Belo. He just didn't get enough air on it.
It was a big day for Grant Newell. He was making a bunch of big shots there late. Just talk about the impact that he had today.
Yeah, I thought his energy and his motor was great. Had a couple tip ins. Made some big plays when we needed it, and with as many other guys playing poorly as we did, we needed every bit of it.
Pretty good home crowd today. Just thoughts on.
Yeah, they were incredible, man. Super appreciative of everybody that came out. Disappointed that we couldn't reward them with a better effort in the first half. But like we've talked about, like really appreciative of the people that came out. Disappointed that we didn't give them a better showing, and can only ask that they hang in there with us and come back again.
This is the second time that they've gotten you at home here. They got you last year at home. Do you just feel like these guys, UTSA comes in here with a real chip on their shoulder?
No, I mean, they're separate entities, completely different coaching staff, completely different team. Not one player is on that team that was on last year's team. So honestly, I don't think there's any correlation. I think specifically today, this team and that coaching staff was far more prepared to play the game with physicality than our coaching staff, myself included, starting with me. Coach Clonch did a much better job of having his team ready to play, and they were more physical than us in the first half. That's why they beat us.
Yeah, and then just lastly, we're getting to that time of year where you kind of watch the conference standings a little bit. You guys came in there at the top with Memphis. Do you think about, losing a little bit of ground in the race as you get down the stretch here?
I don't, honestly. I know everybody's aware of it, but really we had singular focus on just trying to beat UTSA, and now we got to have a singular focus on going and playing UAB on Monday night. And I'm just told our team very thankful that this isn't college football. If this was college football, your ultimate dreams would be dashed. But everything's still in front of us, and you got to learn from this, and we get an opportunity to go play against, a really good basketball team that we were fortunate to beat at our place.
Cool, thanks.
And there's going to be no media opportunity for UAB. So.
Oh, well, as long as we're at it here. So you get UAB again. That was a tough game last time. What are your thoughts on playing UAB?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing good basketball outside of they had a tough one at Memphis last week, but I don't know for sure because I haven't really looked, but I want to say they've probably won 8 of their last 10 or somewhere around there. Yax is playing like a preseason player of the year would. I mean, he's doing everything for that team. Getting solid contributions from a lot of different guys. So, yeah, it'll be on.
And last time it was such a big lead, and it was kind of a huge swing in that game. Is there anything you guys can take from that as you go into this next meeting here?
Well, I think it's similar to the game we just played. Again, they teams, ourselves included, you try to do certain things. If you can do those things well, you'll have success. In the first half of our game against UAB, they were far more aggressive. They crushed us on the glass. They got to the foul line. They made threes. In the second half, we were able to kind of flip that script a little bit. Felt like we were more aggressive. We got to the foul line, and then obviously Atten made, an incredible shot with the game on the line. But historically, Coach Kennedy's teams always do a great job of, getting to the foul line. They're aggressive. They play downhill, and so you got to play with a lot of physicality.
I mean, college basketball, not everybody, nobody likes to lose, especially when you're playing well. But, they came in with a great game plan, and, we give them a lot of credit for coming in and, just wanting it more than us. I think that was the biggest thing. They wanted it more than us. It hurts.
They played so well against you guys defensively, held you scoreless for like the last 8:22 of the first half. What did they do defensively that gave you guys so many problems?
They kind of played. I know we knew they came and played like underneath you, like, as always, but today the zone kind of stalled us out a little bit. Even a press break, we started our offense running a little too late. Starting our offense at like 21 seconds, and then kind of just stalled us out for the first half. Honestly, made us just basically be stagnant, and that kind of just flooded us for the first half. And we dug a hole in the first half. And I mean, when you play a fire, sometimes you get burnt. And today we did.
What changed there in the second half today? I mean, y'all scored 37 of your 50 points there in the second half.
I feel like in the first half, they were definitely the aggressors. Even some parts of the second half, they still out-aggressive us. But second half, for sure, we had a different mindset like we usually do. It's not the first time we've been down double digits. Like I said, we just kind of got too comfortable, and we couldn't dig ourselves out of this one.
What were you looking for there when you had, I mean, Primo misses the front of the one when you guys had a chance to rush it down and try to tie it. Were you trying to lob it to Brenner? What happened on that last one?
Yeah, I seen 15 back there, and I mean he's a good shot blocker. He was blocking our shots all game, and you know I seen Grant Newell also a little bit behind him, so I threw it up to. I was trying to throw it up to one of them, and he made a great play.
You know, it was a big game for Grant today. 6 for 6 from the field, didn't miss a shot today. Just how big of an impact has he had?
He's been coming along. Like, one thing about Grant, he can hoop. I mean, sometimes it doesn't show like on the court what we see every day in practice, but I mean, this is definitely a great stepping stone moving forward. And we expect like this out of Grant every day. So it's like we're not surprised at all by how well he played, and we're just gonna continue to push him and help. I hope he elevates even more to help our team, because when he plays like this, we're a completely different team. So we just got to find a way to control this into a winning effort with his plays as well. But it's definitely something good to see coming from him for sure.
To add to that, he works. He's in the gym, and you know when you do that, good things are bound to happen. So.
You guys didn't shoot it as well as you usually do, especially from deep. I think it was for 3 for 17 or something like that. Did you guys get good looks and just not knock them down, or what happened from behind the arc?
I feel like it was a mixture of both. We had good looks that we didn't make, and some of our threes from the game we kind of rushed. Took a couple early ones. But I mean, at the end of the day, guys are in the gym, and if anybody shoots a 3 on our team or any shot, I'm living with it. We have a great team. All our guys are in the gym always, but sometimes it just doesn't go in, and we just got to find a way to realize when they're not going in and take the best ones we can instead of taking some that's kind of iffy. But we just got to find a way to channel that, hit our open ones, and once our open ones start to fall, then we could take some, you know, kind of 50-50 ones. But I feel like today sometimes we took 50-50 ones, and it wasn't hot to start, so kind of set us back for sure.
Does this kind of eliminate a little bit of your guys' wiggle room in terms of competing for the conference title?
Honestly, it's just next game up. A lot of season left. I know we barely escaped with UAB here, so I know they got a lot of stuff waiting for us. Obviously, they're going to game plan that first half. Basically gave teams just something to try to do against us to minimize us and make this a everyday thing where we play. But we're not really too much focused on that. Just next game up and quick 48 hours.
We focused on UAB.
For sure.
That's it.
Nothing else? Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
That was the answer we were looking for.
Hey, thank y'all fans for coming out. Thank y'all fans. Thank you.